Well, hello, friends and neighbors. Swaggin' Man Piper 1926 here. On my way home. This Monday evening. How is everybody? Y'all doing alright? Have a good weekend? I hope you did. Tonight, I've pulled out an old Dr. Graybo Bulldog. I'm not sure. It says Regal. I believe it to be from the 40s, maybe 50s. Just a guess. Screw in tenon. It had a stinger in it, but I've removed that. Not a big fan of the stingers. But in it is the last little bit of Five Brothers pipe tobacco. Which I believe it's Burley. I think it's more of a like a shag cut. Kind of strong, especially if you get pieces of the stem in it. Y'all gotta watch those chunks. But this ain't bad. Can't say I'd buy it again, but it's not bad. Well, folks, this week has been something. I believe it was Tuesday. Was Johnny Appleseed Day, and I believe it's set on his birthday. And my wife, in her 4th grade class, learned about Johnny Appleseed. And she works about everything she can in it. Through history, math, maybe even science. I don't know. But, because they made apple butter. And this is the 3rd year, I believe, they've done so. And I can't remember if she did it last year or not. But I know this year, she took the smallest measuring things. It was I think a half a teaspoon, I think, and 1/4 of a cup for those kids to measure out all the spices and everything to go in the apple butter. Now, one thing that she did this year that she hasn't is she enlisted one of the parents, and she ran 2 different pots of apple butter. One being in the Instapot, which normally turns pretty good batch. And then one, they had a fire outside, and and used our cast iron pot, for lack of a better word. It's not a Dutch oven. The lid is not flat. The lid is kind of hooped with a handle. But and let the kids kind of experience what it is to make traditional apple butter. Which then she informed me that I need to, that she said I need a bigger spoon to really get in there and stir that. She said, I think you can make one. So I've got to figure out now what kind of wood is the proper wood to make a wooden spoon out of, for it don't get burned up or anything. So that should be fun. And I was sure to send my little half, or maybe it's a quarter pint jar. I mean, it was this big, so I could have some and taste it out. And I had to deliver apples and a few things. Got a pan of those little Sister Schubert rolls, a couple pans of them, where all you have to do is just pop it in the oven. Delivered those things to the class on my way to work. And I went in there and I told them, I said, hey, now, y'all can't be eating all this apple butter. I said, I've got a little jar that I get to taste that. And one of her students leaned back in his chair, smacked his stomach like that, and says, I don't believe you'll be getting any this time. And I thought, see how this is going to go. Still using my flat black lighter. Well, we'll see. Later that day, I got a message from my wife. She said, well, you know your little jar? I said, yeah. She said, it is no more. I said, what do you mean? What'd you do? She said, Joe, and she has a student in her class named Joe. And I said, well, is it your student Joe, or was it the man who helping her, or the parent who's helping her? His name is Joe. I said, was it little Joe or big Joe? He said, helper Joe. Tag on it. So I just kind of figured out I wasn't getting none. Then she come home with the pickle jar. Well, it's one of the wide mouth like pint jars. That one almost full, and a quart jar full of the stuff that was cooked outside. So you about taste that smoke in it. It's good stuff. So I did get some apple butter. So that was good. And folks, I'm here to tell you, I am thankful that I'm able to send my son to a private Christian school, because Saturday she's been helping her stepniece ready for their homecoming dance. And Saturday evening after the dance, we had to drive several teenagers to the the dinner, basically, is what it was. And I was there with them to pick all of them up and everything. After seeing some of those outfits that some of those young ladies come out dressed, and the way some of those kids act, overly thankful. My goodness, some of those parents ought to get a whooping themselves for letting their children, daughters, 12, 13-year-old girls, walking outside dressed like they were. But maybe that just makes me old-fashioned or hard-headed, or any word in there will probably fit. It's ridiculous. Oh well. But it was a trip and a half, let me tell you. Out of all the kids that we drove around, or even in the whole shebang, because there was more kids in this party, essentially, that 2 carloads, ours and our stepsisters. Only one of them, out of all that mess, had the decency to say thank you. Man, oh man. Well, after that, I can truly say, since it is now October and fall, it is truly beautiful outside. Our leaves ain't quite changed yet. I mean, there is some of them that is. But yesterday I was outside just kind of piddling in the yard, moving some things. And the air is cooling down, but there was still warmth coming up. Just an odd warm breeze kind of fills the lower. Like almost coming up out of the ground. Fall is my time. Crisp of the morning, a light warmth of the evening. Fall and spring are truly 2 of the beautiful seasons that we get to enjoy. Now, I don't mind winter. I can put on more layers. The cold don't bother me none. And I enjoy summer. Everything's growing, everything pretty and green. But Lord, it's hot. And the heat can kind of take it out of you. Fall and spring is where it is at, in my humble opinion. So, enough of my jawing. Hopefully you all are doing well. gearing up for Las Vegas for those who are going. Y'all be careful out there. Hopefully y'all have a safe trip. I think we got one more week. Maybe. I really don't know. Of course, I'm not going to get to go, so I try not to dwell on it. But, yeah. Folks, you all take care of yourselves. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the weather out there. And remember, kindness costs us nothing.